What's going on, guys? It is not Wednesday, but it is Tuesday, and it is a new year, and this is the Geek Saga. Guys, welcome, welcome. It is great to be on. Obviously, nothing's going to change with us as far as when we're going to go live. We say 7:30. I should just start putting ish at the end of it. Yeah, ish. But hey, guys, if you've not watched this show before, we are two salty veterans that are huge geeks. Love everything that there is out there, from TV to movies to comic books to video games. We talk about it all, and we're also two seriously salty veterans. And this is a new year, new season, season 3. Dude, this is crazy. We're going to our 3rd year of doing this.
It's nuts, man. To think all this started because we were just bored in the shack.
Seriously. And we blew our first 4 episodes because we were mentals and couldn't
record.
Dude, that was 4 hours of good content too.
Dude, think about this. In 365 days, we'll have 1 blown episode for every year we've been on.
That's true. That's
crazy.
True. That's nuts, man. But,
yep.
I mean, shoot, here we are. 2 years later, 3rd year, and the leaps that we have come through, like the leaps and bounds we have come to get to this point where we went from, we thought, oh, we're just going to do audio. All right, we'll do audio. Then we're like, oh, let's try this live streaming stuff. And then we tried it, and now it's almost like we're kind of know what we're doing.
Well, was that Flores who jumped into our IG live? What's up, Flores? A long time no see, man.
Seriously, I haven't seen that fool in a long time. What is he doing? What are you doing, Flores? No, he's not responding. He's just looking at us with that dumb look.
I waved at him.
Oh, nice. That's cute. He waved at him. But, yeah, guys, I mean, this is a great... I'm really excited to have everybody here, or whoever's going to be watching us and watching this later on. Welcome to the show. If you've never watched this,
He says, shut up, my look is beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Just don't watch any scary YouTube videos while you're at the shack, all right, Chris?
Oh,
right?
my God. That...
Dude, he used to watch videos about all kinds of craziness, UFOs, aliens, go down the rabbit holes, and then he'd be like, hey, come sit with me. Oh, hell no, you scared yourself. I ain't going out there.
Well, then he'd be really scared of this building.
Yeah, that building makes a lot of noise, man.
Yeah, it does.
Makes a lot of noise. That's right.
But guys, this is huh?
What do we got lined up today?
So what we got lined up is always and for those of you that are just joining us, if this is your first time watching us, of course, let's start off by saying, and it's something we rarely say because we don't. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say it, but you see their share, you see the like, you see comments, do those. If you're on Instagram, click and say hi. If you're on YouTube watching us, by all means, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the comments and say hi, what's up, or if you like the show or stuff like that. Because we rarely say that. Why don't we say that?
I don't know. I guess because we're not here for the views. We're just here for us to talk and do stupid stuff.
I guess. Okay. So,
yeah. If you like this, freaking hit the notifications and it'll remind you when we're here.
Yeah. Seriously, Jaylene, what's going on? And what's going on, Chelsea? So we're going to try to start to interact a little bit more with you guys over here, not only on Instagram, but also that are on our normal comments over here on YouTube and Twitch. But this year we've got a lot of stuff that we're trying to line up and hopefully start being out in the public a lot more. If you guys have been to like Golden Apple for some of their events and have seen me there, we're going to try to do more of those signings. We're going to try to work more with We Can Be Heroes. We're hoping to get a little bit more in contact with legends out there in Fresno. So we've got a lot of connections. It's crazy that in 2 years We've made connections galore, met a lot of awesome people. This year, we're hoping to meet even more and do a lot more. We've got ideas for events that we want to do. We've got ideas for charity events also, because one of the biggest charities that we always talk about and want to, I'm going to start off this new year by mentioning them. That's Project Wish Upon a Star. Project Wish Upon a Star is a pediatric cancer patient charity that wants to bring the con to them, or bring them to the con, which this past year at LA Comic Con, they did bring out one of their heroes, what they like to call them, to the event, and she had a freaking ball. I got to stand in the back area with her, talk to her, and she had the biggest smile on her face. Like, it was contagious because I was trying to smile. Because David will tell you that doesn't happen very often. So
Thankfully.
But it was great. It was great to be out there with them, and it's great to work with them, period. Darren and Veronica, they're amazing. We love them tremendously. Like, they're the best people that I've met in a long time.
Best and first connection we've made.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. And
like outside of distance nerding, who just kind of we linked up with because of the Galaxy Podcast Network.
Yeah, oh God, that thing. Yeah, we're not going to mention that. But it honestly, what it all started with Project Wish at their event that kicked off live events for us.
Yep, Heroes up in Fresno.
Yep, and it was, and ever since then, it's just been. He got a little mad at me that I didn't mention that I was in Fresno when I was out there going to comic book stores.
Imagine being mad at someone because you're in Fresno and I live here. Don't worry, Darren, it wasn't just you. He didn't call me either.
I went out there, I was quick, and I was back. I didn't even stay out there long.
But, sharing spaghetti with other dogs on the street. This guy.
I'll nudge my meatball over to you later, all right?
Sure.
But yeah, we got a lot of things that we want to do. We are going to be launching something called the Guardians Guild. Guardian Guild is going to be our charity side of things, where we'll be doing events through that. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be starting the Instagram for it, and yeah, because that's where we want to link up all the charities that we work with. Which not only Project Wish is one of them. But we also are working with Stack Up, which is a military charity. And that is one that we actually, they work with not only veterans, but also active duty. And they try to get like games and other things to help them out it helps with their mental well-being. And that's something that's huge. Trust me, it's something that's majorly huge and is definitely needed. And they're a great charity. So, work with them, work with Comic Books for Kids, which is another one. We're working with the Golden Apple Foundation, which that's through Golden Apple and through Kendra and Ryan, who, again, those people are awesome too. So this community is freaking, it's big, but it's also small because everybody knows everybody, which is crazy.
Yeah. But not only that, we got plans to reach out to some other people that we found here and there. Like if you haven't checked out the 88 Miles Per Hour podcast, those guys are hilarious, and they're a lot like what we are. So we've got plans to hopefully do something with them in the future too. So if you know who they are, cool. If not, hopefully we introduce you to them.
Oh God, look them up, guys. 88 Miles Per Hour podcast. They are freaking hilarious. It's a husband and wife team.
Dude,
the last
memes
podcast
they put up are hilarious.
Oh yeah, seriously, dude. I'm like, and I've been putting them up into our stuff too because they're so funny. But the last episode they did, or it was not this last episode. Second to the last episode was kind of like they called it the mini episode, which was their review of Nosferatu. There we go. Can't even say the damn name. And it was the first time that they took their kid to a rated R movie. And he's 14 years old.
How was it? Did they like it?
Well, they didn't really. They were kind of like, Well, it was kind of like it's gothic horror, and I just saw it too, and it is gothic horror, so it's very slow. And a lot of it is just dark. They're using more the light and the story to scare you and stuff.
So
Very
they
few,
try to stick to the original, like the way Nosferatu was done in the first one.
kind of.
Well, I
There
mean, like
was,
the feel of the scare. The scare
yeah.
was more the darkness, the tail, the
Oh, check it out. Dan Madison was on. Dude, guys, Dan Madison of Pop Culture Coffee, which we love the coffee. Where I'm telling him, saying this before he's gone, he might have already left. But we love the coffee. We drank through all the Ninja Turtles, and it was all amazing. So if you guys get a chance, go check out Pop Culture Coffee. It's Pop Culture Official or Official Pop Culture Coffee, or is it Pop Culture Coffee Official? I always get it mixed up. It's that
I'm gonna link it
official.
right now. Hold on.
Yeah, that official is what throws me off. Um, it's official pop culture coffee. There we go. That's their Instagram. Their website is going to be put up right now, but it's popculturecoffee.com. Guys, check out their coffee. It's great stuff. And I'm saying this because we've got to have them on our show. They're really cool people. Both Dan has got an amazing backstory of what he's done and everything he's done for Star Trek, for Star Wars. He was the one that started the official Star Trek, first official Star Trek fan club. And then Lucas looked into him because he was doing such a great job, and he started the freaking Star Wars or the Lucasfilm one. So awesome guy. He was fun to talk to. Him and Kyle. Kyle was amazing too. Kyle did Fanboys, which was a great show, and then a ton of other shows, and he's worked with tons of people. So, anyways, all right, that's it. I'm done with that one because we got to actually. We've been babbling, and we need to actually get into. And I think it's this ghost is actually kicking in, and I haven't had one in a long time, and I'm fully hydrated. So that's never a good thing,
One last week.
dude. But since no, did I have one? I had one. It was one last week, and then since then I didn't have another one, and then all of a sudden today I bought one because I was like, all right, I need to juice up before the show. And it's kicking in. So, anyways, yeah, like fava beans. Moving on. All right. First thing we got is one of our affiliates, which is Ulanzi. Ulanzi is a great company. We use a lot of their products, and yeah, we don't have one for Ulanzi, but we use a lot of their products. A lot of their products are lights and a lot of other stuff for cameras. I have a lot of their lights. I don't have the lights here. I hate to say it, but I don't because I'm more in my compact area, which is at work. But at the little studio that I have at home, I do use a lot more of their lights and also their camera rig. I do have one of their little the cage that goes around the cameras. But it's a great company. Check them out, guys. www.ulanzi.com. You could also click on the link that's in our bio. That'll send you straight to them. And then when you purchase from them, it helps us out because we're an affiliate of theirs. But their products are really great. And we do know that their customer service is amazing. We had an issue with one of their microphones because we had just purchased a mic to try them out. It didn't work. So we had to send it back to them. And they were like that real quick about sending it back. So it was great. So check them out at ulanzi.com. Or like I said, you can click on that link in our bio, which will send you as an affiliate. Next, we got Renegade Game Studios. Yes, we are still affiliates with Renegade Game Studios. You guys get over to their games. Check them out. They've got a lot of great games. They just came out with a new, what do you call it? A new edition of G.I. Joe, their RPG. And it's, I wish I can remember the name of it. But I think it's an extension to their basic that they have. And they've got a lot of great IPs like Transformers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, My Little Pony, all these different games. They've got them. They've got everything from RPGs to freaking deck building games. If you know how to play 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, then you're going to know how to use their RPGs. So check them out. Again, guys, the link is in our bio. Click on that, and it'll send you straight to them. When you purchase from them, it helps us out. So moving on to the next one, which is one that we really do like a lot because we like the guy that owns it. Kraken. But it's Legendary Sups. Legendary Supplements is a great company. They've got this great brand, which I got to get the 2 new flavors. They actually got 2 new flavors now. It's watermelon, which is like a watermelon type flavor, and a sour grape, which those are actually on their way. So I got enough for you and me to try them, and I still got to bring all the other ones up here. I keep forgetting. You got to remind me. But guys, if you're looking for something that's going to help you focus in, like laser point focus in, this is the stuff to get. Small bottle, it's about this big. They've got these 4 flavors, which, like I said, it was sour grape, it's watermelon. They've got Kickin' Mango Peach and Blizzard Mojito, and they're really great flavors. They're really great stuff. Check them out. Go to their website, or even you can click on the link in our bio. But when you go there, use the code GeekSaga77, and that'll get you 10% off your purchase every time. So get over there, help them out. They're a great company. Randy is an amazing dude. We love the guy. He's always up for doing things with us. I actually have a phone call on Thursday if you're available, David.
I'm
we'll talk about that
probably going to be video. I'm probably going to be available.
Okay, so then we got a phone call with Randy to talk about the things that we're going to do with them for this year. So I'm really excited about that. So check them out. Great company.
If you don't follow us on IG, I put our link tree in the chat on YouTube, Twitch, and all that stuff. So you guys can follow that link to get there.
There you go. It's a great way to do it. All right. So moving on to the next one, which is I'm not a big fan of what they've done with the. Have you looked at how they shifted it up on StreamYard?
Yeah, like the media assets thing and all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's like I got to clip between things. I'm like, I don't like that. It was great when it was just one thing. I was used to scrolling down and I was quick with it. But now I'm going to do this. All right, next thing we have is Movo. Movo is another great company because we do use their products. We use a lot of their products. Actually, a lot of their microphones. The microphone that you hear right now, me on, is the microphone that is from Movo. It is their web mic, which is this eyeball-looking one. All the mics that we have used when we're out and about, whether it's at live events, as far as like just going up to do interviews, they're Movo mics that we have. We have lavaliers. We also have some other mics that Esteban is on from ComMix. Actually got to try out one of those Movo's mics when we were at LA Comic-Con. We had a couple of those set up there, so if you came to the booth and we talked to you, you were talking on a Movo mic. So Movo is a great company. They've got a lot of other great products aside from microphones, but we use a lot of their mics. So click on the link in our bio, or click on that link that's in the chat, and it'll send you the link tree. Click on Movo, sends you over there, and there you will get, of course, you purchase from them, helps us out. Please do that. So now for our latest one, which is, can I get this smaller? Nope, wrong. Nope,
Cafe Colazo.
Cafe Colazo, which, how was their coffee, man? Because we both tried it.
They were all pretty good. I think the one that I really liked was the Rocket Beans one. The smell of that one was just, it was like Folgers, you know what I mean? It had that coffee smell to it.
Yeah, my plastic box still smells like that. It's got a really strong smell, but it's a really good smell. That's what I like about that too. If you open up the bag properly, you get that smell that comes out. Unlike some people who don't know how to open.
Who doesn't open the bag? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Actually, I got to order some more from them, but it is a great new company. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I was going to catch that on camera too. I would have been laughing about it, just be like, "All right, so we got a shot of beans flying everywhere." Good enough for me. But go to their website and you can use the oh god, what was the code? No, that's not the code. The Geek Saga. It's the Geek Saga is our code. Click on that, use that. You get a 10% off on your purchase every time. But go to their website at www.cafecalazzo.com for their coffees. As you, oh,
If you didn't understand what he said, it's on the bottom right there. Just
there you go. Cafe. Taste them all. Oh, they do have a 3-pack, so you can get all 3 of the flavors, and it's not that expensive. It's actually a pretty good price. Can't remember off the top.
Comes in a nifty little box.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
So that is it for that. Oh, shoot. Should have went to that. For that. It's getting back into the swing of it is rough.
Yeah, we took 2 weeks off.
Yeah, 2 weeks off is a long time, dude. And in that 2 weeks, we had 2 holidays.
Yeah.
A lot of tamales.
Yep.
A lot. Like to the point where I had to do a cleanse to a lot the tamales out.
That's what I'm talking about.
I got to stay away from vegetables, man. I don't think I can do
Ricky in the Instagram chat.
Oh, what's going on, Ricky? Senor Redbeard, how was your holidays? Actually, how was everybody's holidays? You know, whoever's still in the chat. But, all right. Here we go. We're going to move into our first segment, which is a segment that we've been doing for quite a while now, but it's always a fun one because it takes us down nostalgia lane. That is... This Week in Geek History. This Week in Geek History is a little bit different because we're starting off with this, which is Wheel of Fortune, which premiered in 1975. Dude, I know that you did it too. When you were homesick from school, this was on later in the evening time. So
yeah.
Let's scratch that. Later on in the evening time, did you ever sit down with like your parents or your grandparents and they were watching the wheel?
No, man. My parents were watching freaking Dos Mujeres Un Camino. Oh. They were watching Walter Mercado do horoscopes. They were watching.
Oh my God, I remember that too.
So mucho. Oh. Yeah, they were watching that, dude. So I never like watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy and stuff like that. Like, never, dude. But I did stay home when I was sick and watched the crap out of freaking The Price is Right.
Price is Right. Yep.
Bob Barker was always there for me when I needed chicken soup and Vicks.
Yep. That is definitely something that was normal for home from school. You're like, freaking Price is Right. And it was usually like you get your cartoons in the morning that you're going to watch because they had the weekday cartoons. And then it's like, well, what am I going to watch? And then it was like something on, I think for me it was, I switched over to Mr. Rogers. And then it was Reading Rainbow, and then it was The Price is Right.
Yeah, but you couldn't watch like the cool channels, right? You couldn't watch Fox, you couldn't watch ABC because it was Murder, She Wrote, Matlock. I was like, nobody wants to watch that crap. Like,
no, man, it was not even that. It was freaking like Channel 7. Like ABC was, it had the news until they had like some talk show that would come on. Same thing with like CBS and. Yeah, they were all the stupid channels, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to watch this. But Wheel of Fortune debuted in 1975. This was another one of Merv Griffin's shows that he was putting on, and at the time, prior to that, Merv Griffin's name was all over TV, was all over, whether it was a game show, or it was a TV show, but created so much. With this show, so Pat Sajak wasn't the first host of the show when this started off. It actually was, of all people, Chuck Woolery. If you don't know who Chuck Woolery is, take a look back at history. He was the guy that did, I think it was the dating show, the the dating show. And there was a couple other like game shows that he did that had to do with couples. But he was the first host of the show, and in 1981, Pat Sajak took over. And it wasn't until, God, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago that Pat Sajak finally gave up the show and he retired. And
who's doing it now?
I think I saw. Let me see. Let me double check because I could have sworn that it was like.
Because I know Steve Harvey's doing Family Feud.
Yeah.
What's his name's doing The Price is Right now?
Drew Carey's was doing The Price is Right.
Yep.
I
think he still is he not?
Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, is he doing Wheel of Fortune now?
He's doing the Wheel of Fortune now. Yeah. So Ryan Seacrest is everywhere, unfortunately. So, so this has aired on multiple, and this actually is bounced around from different channels. It was on NBC, went to CBS, and then it went back to NBC. And that's pretty much where you see it. It was on NBC from that point on, right? Or was that on? NBC.
I think it's NBC.
Yeah, it stayed at NBC. So, and then Vanna White. If you don't know who Vanna White is, that's the reason why this show is a cultural. It's definitely ingrained into pop culture because it's like you hear the theme. It's all Wheel of Fortune. That's how it started off, and then Vanna White was the chick that, whenever you're like, I'm going to present this like freaking Vanna White, who's ingrained in pop culture now as how you present.
She's synonymous with the hands.
Yeah, the hands and presenting and all this stuff. So there you go, guys. Little history on that. But now we're going to move away from our typical stuff, and because I started looking deep in, like, I had to dig deep for stuff that came out the start of the year, which not too much stuff starts out at the beginning of the year. But we got some music that we're going to actually dive into, which is one of my favorite songs. Separate Ways, Worlds Apart. Premiered in 1983 by none other than Journey.
Dude, people think that other songs are their best song ever, but this is the best song done by, and it shows his range so much better than everything else. Like,
everybody thinks that, in which I love Don't Stop Believing, amazing song, but this song is so much better. So much better. It was so much better that they actually used this, and if you guys don't remember, they've used this in one movie and then like a TV show. They use it in Tron Legacy, which gave me goosebumps when that song started, when he walked into Flynn's arcade. And this kid
flip the switch, turn the power back on.
Yep. And the whole place lit up, and you're just all like, hi. Love that song.
Yep.
And then they use this in Stranger Things, season 4. That also, dude, that sent shivers. If you haven't heard the remix of this thing, it was like the way they used it in that trailer. It was like, ooh, looking forward to this season. I'm looking forward to that song. And the remix was done really well, this song. And I'm like, God, I loved it. But this was the band's first high concept music video, featuring the picture that you see, and if you guys are listening to us, sorry, but the picture that's in there shows a scene straight out of the actual music video, which is just them all coming together and singing.
Such an 80s photo.
Dude, it is. Look at that hair, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
No. Okay. You say it's bad, but what's bad is when I went to go get my haircut last week, I'm sitting there and waiting for my barber, and in the seat in the next to my barber, because he was doing somebody, and then somebody was doing this kid's hair. He was cutting the hair, and it looked freaking just like this. Like I'm like,
But I think the '80s hairstyles are coming back.
I think so, man. I
It's
really
scary.
think so. That's horrible, man.
I can't wait to see the AC Slater mullet.
Oh God, no, we don't need to see that again.
Yeah, slicked on the sides, curly up top, curly in the back. Bring it on. I'm emailing Mario right now to tell him to bring it back.
Yeah, hit him up. I mean, I should go see him. He's in East LA all the time.
All the time, dude.
Yeah.
Just hit up one of the random Mexican restaurants. You'll find him.
Yeah, I'll probably see him there, and he'd be like, "Hey, what's up?"
I think that fool lives in San Diego and then drives up to LA all the time.
Dude, he's got the money to do that, so of course he can drive up and down.
You know he's a Chula Vista native, right?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a Chula Vista native. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure.
You said that with so much confidence. You should have just left it at that.
Nah, man, I don't like to be a liar.
So what? Who's gonna? I mean, unless somebody's out there,
fact checking me.
Yeah, fact checking everything. So yeah, so this is a great song. If you guys have never heard Journey, seriously, go check them out. I love this band. I don't care who knows it. I'll say it out loud. I love Journey. I listen to the band a lot. I listen to all their. I'm not gonna say I have all their albums. We do have some of their albums at home, but I definitely have them all on my phone, on my Spotify, and I go through them quite a bit. This song was actually my number one song for 2024, which is, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I like Journey. I don't know if I like every song they've ever done, but I like like 6 or 7, all the big ones that come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they have good songs. They really do. If you start listening to a lot of the other like albums and a lot of the other songs, because everybody knows this cover, and they also know the other one where it's like a scarab that's breaking through. But that's not the only stuff that they have. They have a lot of other albums, a lot of other great songs.
Yeah.
So
I tried to pull them up one time. I think there was like 6 albums or 8 albums on Apple Music.
I think it's something like that. But all right, moving on, because we still got some more music we want to dive into, or at least a band. So Red Hot Chili Peppers were formed in 1983. If you didn't know that, I didn't know that.
I did know that a year before I was born.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
This is my favorite band, the Red Hot.
Really?
Yeah.
I honestly didn't know that.
Yeah, I listen to. I've got all their music that just shuffles. It's a playlist of just Red Hot Chili Peppers music. Under the Bridge is my all-time favorite song ever. I don't know why. It just is.
It's a great song. That's why.
As a matter of fact, when my daughter was little, my wife would sing to her to put her to sleep, and I didn't know what to sing to her because I don't sing very well. So I would sing Under the Bridge because it's the only song I knew from beginning to end. So yeah, that was her.
Put a kid to sleep.
That was her lullaby. Yeah, I mean it's nice and chill. It's slow, and it worked. Yeah, and then I like this. I like the band so much that like when Anthony Kiedis was in freaking Point Break, I was like, oh, that's awesome, dude. That's freaking Anthony Kiedis. And then you see Flea in a couple movies here and there, and I'm like, oh man, this is cool. So,
dude,
yeah.
Flea was in Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's true.
He was in Back to the Future. He was in 2 and he was in 3. Because you see him in 2 as he's playing an older self, and then you see him in 3 playing a younger self, which was the one that told Marty to race them because he was in his truck. And then I think that was the only those are the only 2 times. And Flea was also in oh crap. he's actually been in quite a few movies where he was also just kind of like standing there. He played like a tattoo artist in this one movie, and oh god, I can't remember what it was. Like somebody was going to go get the
before Jane's Addiction. Freaking Dave Navarro was in the band for a while.
Yeah, Navarro was there,
but and we all know him from freaking what is it, Ink Masters or whatever.
Yeah, he went over to Ink Masters, and so Under the Bridge, Give It Away, and Scar Tissue were just some of the like huge hits that they had. They're rock fusion funk. They're a fusion of rock, funk, and punk elements, which Flea is known as one of the best bass players out there and one of the fastest.
Yeah, he plays the slap bass.
Yeah, he was like, dude, he was quick. So it was a great band. So their most commercially successful release was in 1999, and that was Californication. And yeah, the other fact was Flea was in Back to the Future too. But he was also,
and then I think By the Way came out a few years later, and that's or not By the Way,
or whatever. You know more than I do, I guess. I'm saying, yeah.
God, I forgot which song. A couple years later, it was the album that had The Fly on it.
Oh God. Oh.
Anyway, yeah, I can't think of it at the moment.
And Will Ferrell is well known for being their drummer.
Yep. Looks just like Chad Smith.
Seriously,
bro. Speaking of the Chili Peppers and Chad Smith, have you seen the video on Drumeo where he listens to 30 Seconds to Mars The Kill for the first time? Like he had never heard the song before, and they're like, and then he recreates the drums on his own, and they're like, dude, that's almost better than the original. Like, good, man.
Dude, that dude is actually really good. And have you seen the one video where it's him and Will Ferrell at two drum sets, and then also they bust out into
they're like battling each other?
No, he stopped and he pulls out the cowbell and he's all ting 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 ting, and then they come and sing. Oh my God, what's the name of that song? I'm completely drawing a blank on the songs, but they actually performed the song with the rest of the band, and Will Ferrell's just playing the cowbell through the whole thing. Blanking out tonight, guys.
Scar Tissue?
No, it was an old song. We're gonna move on.
You didn't give me enough clues. I don't know.
All right, moving on to the next one, which is Paradise City was released in 1989. GNR with this song. I was huge into Guns N' Roses as a kid.
I was not. I didn't get into Guns N' Roses till I don't know. I was probably already almost an adult. I think it was like 18, 19 when I finally started listening to everything.
Oh no, man. So 89 was 6th grade, I think I was. Yeah, I think I was 6th grade. 7th grade was, So it was 6th grade, and I had a buddy who started getting into like metal and stuff, and Guns N' Roses was a huge band that he loved. So he got me into Guns N' Roses, and that was actually my first tape that I bought. Appetite for Destruction.
Nice.
And which had this song, Paradise City was on there, along with other songs that came off of it that were all great songs. They had a lot of hits off of that first album.
Nice. They're good, man. Now that I'm older and I've listened to them, it's all good. Except for when he came back, being away.
Oh yeah, dude. I heard him when he came back, and it was like, dude, no, just stop. You can't.
Who's this? Who is this?
Who is this fat lady that's on the stage with them? I don't know. That's trying to sound like Axl Rose.
Sings just like Axl.
No, it didn't like screeched. That was what the sound. It was just screeching. It was horrible. I was like, oh my god, dude, you got to give it up, man.
Actually, that picture you have there is him later, right? The picture with him in the white coat, that's from later.
That's not from the Appetite for Destruction era. That's more of it was the next album that they did, which had the song that was from, of course, Terminator 2. So, but this song was named VH1's 40 greatest metal songs of all time. And the video featured live concert footage from a performance at Giant, of all places, Giant Stadium. There you go. You're freaking Giants, eh? So yeah, it was a great song. It was a great album. They were great in the day, and they continue to put out some great music up until they finally broke up, and then it was just like, not going to do it. And then Axl was he was supposed to put out like a solo album or something like that.
Yep.
And he sat on it for years, and the record company finally just said, "We're done with you. We don't want to even deal with you," because they kept paying him every year that it wasn't done. They paid him, and he just ate the money away, literally. So if you see him now, whew.
He was on a freaking reality TV show for a little bit too, wasn't he?
He was? Which one?
I think I'm speculating here. I want to say he was on a show.
Look it up. I mean, because at one point or another, a lot of these, whether it was rock stars or movie stars from back in the day, they were all on reality shows or TV, some sort of reality channel or reality show. What was it?
No, I was saying, yep, they all ended up on
yeah. Like Vanilla Ice was on one.
Mm-hmm. He even had a show about him renovating houses.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what he does now. He like takes houses and renovates them and stuff.
Hey, good for him. He found something constructive to do, and he's making money off of it. And he's still performing Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
Even though he hated that song when it first came out.
Yeah, but have you seen him with the Ninja Turtles van? That one van that goes out, and the dude that has all the costumes from the Ninja Turtles? He's like...
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude, he eats that stuff up. He's in their promos and stuff, and he's always showing up to wherever they're doing an event. So he can't even get away from it. I think he's now just embraced it and is enjoying it.
I think I'm confusing him with Bret Michaels. Bret Michaels had his own show.
Yeah, he had a show.
Yeah, I think I'm confusing him with him. Rock of Love.
Oh God. But guys, that is it for the Geek History. So this week brings a mix of gaming, music, and entertainment legends. From the enduring wordplay of Wheel of Fortune to classic rock anthems by Journey and Guns N' Roses, plus the funk power of Red Hot Chili Peppers. These cultural staples remind us why they remain timeless in geek history. You will always remember Journey, and you will always remember Paradise City, because you always take me down to the Paradise City. So that's it for this week in Geek. All right. Woo! Big old face right there. Somebody's dying in the background.
Yeah, I think they're playing video games in the front room.
All right, guys, that was it.
Now
we are moving into our next segment. Do you think I should update these segment pieces, or are these still good?
They're kind of our thing now.
That's true. Can't really. I mean, we could change.
We haven't got plastic surgery. We didn't update their faces, so.
Yeah, but But like, if you ever watched like different like Baywatch, they always change the intro. Well, they just updated it with new people and new scenes from the show.
Oh, it was always the same people, just a few characters added in.
Yeah, I mean, at one point they had
They
freaking.
kept the Hoff, they kept Pam, like everything else changed.
Have you seen what she looks like recently?
Mm-hmm.
She's white.
She hasn't really changed, but she also has become an advocate for like no makeup, like no. So she's doing the whole like natural look kind of thing.
Yeah, and
But
she was on like
the years have not been kind.
No, definitely not. She should put the makeup back on. Just saying.
To each their own.
But all right, we're moving on to our next segment, which is some geek news, guys. So this one is one that I was like, oh man, really? Masters of the Universe film star Nicholas, and I don't care if I butcher his name because
Galaxine.
Galazine, sure. Explains live action film will be quite different. Now, both me and David are He-Man fans. Both me and David have watched the cartoon.
Not just He-Man fans, but members of the He-Man Woman Haters
Club.
That's right. Wrong sign, Porky.
But we've also both seen, and I'm sure a lot of you out there have seen, the Masters of the Universe movie with Dolph Lundgren.
Best movie ever.
Sure. It's up there with the best bad movies ever. Yeah. Frank Langella did play an amazing Skeletor. That dude acted his butt off in that show or in that movie.
Yeah.
But
you know what? Dolph Lundgren did a good job for the script they handed him, because that script, you could tell by the way it was written, like he was there for the check after a while. You know what I mean? But for someone like me, I was the prime target audience of that. I mean, that came out in what, 90?
I want to say 89, 90. Let me tell you right now.
I was like 5-6 years old. Like I was perfect audience for that movie. So I loved it when it came out. Yeah. And it was cool to see
87.
It was cool to see Drago, like being a good guy. That was cool.
Well, and that's the thing, is that he came right off of Rocky IV to play He-Man.
Yeah, because he was in perfect shape for it.
Yeah. So he had the physique for it, so he was ready to go, and he played He-Man.
And he looked the part. I mean, it just wasn't acted out well.
Well, it wasn't written well. It was...
Yes, it wasn't written well.
That's really what it came down to, is what, because they could have still acted poorly, because it's a cheesy cartoon, So, but had they given them a good script and actually followed by what the freaking cartoon was, we might have had a better movie back then. Now, did you read?
I read the entire article. Like, okay. I was so, like, as soon as you sent it to me, I was like, oh, what? They're going to do something different. I thought interesting different. I read the whole article and I was like, not interesting different. Like, you're doing too much. Like, He-Man is not Superman. Mm-mm. And they're giving him the Superman origin in this movie. And it's like,
if you guys have not heard of what's going on, like this is the second time we've mentioned that they're actually going to be making the live action, and we started naming off the actors that they're bringing in. I don't even know who this guy is. I don't even care anymore, because the fact is you're going to tell me that here's a little bit of the plot, guys. Prince Adam is introduced as an ordinary working man ordinary man working a boring office job in the real world. Already lost me. Completely lost me. Because like David said, this dude's not Superman. He doesn't need to have an ordinary job. Why are we talking about Earth here now? We did that in Masters of the Universe the first time around.
Wow, dude. I'm not excited about this kid.
No. You've taken a look at him?
Yeah, I'm pulling up his IG, pictures of him on Google right now, and
yeah.
I mean, he looks like he could be He-Man, but man, not what I was expecting.
Yeah, but He-Man never crashed on Earth as a 10-year-old. So you're telling me this kid's 10 years old by himself now on Earth. How do you survive? He was separated by, huh?
He crashes and then he has to go find the Sword of Power, like he's looking for the crystal that opens up freaking
Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, they're literally just ripping off Superman to retell the He-Man story, and I don't like it.
No, and then he gets transported back to Eternia to face Skeletor.
Yeah. Well, you know what I am excited for though? The only thing that made me say, was Jared Leto as Skeletor.
Yeah, and Jared Leto seems to play those weird, like, those parts pretty good. I'll give him that.
But, I mean, when I heard he was Morbius, I was like, who cares? Whatever. It's just Morbius. Nobody cares about Morbius.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I heard he was the Joker, I was really like, ugh, like, I don't know, man. He ain't got it.
He did.
But if you take the style of Joker he played and make him Skeletor, it kind of works. I think that could work because Skeletor's, he's evil, he's bad, but he's still got that weird, like, kooky cacklingness about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's gonna have to bulk up. He's definitely gonna have to bulk up,
or wear a muscle suit. I don't care. Like, give me a fake muscle suit. I'll take that. But I mean, they're gonna paint him blue anyway, so put him in a muscle suit. I don't care.
But so we've got Jared Leto, who's going to be playing Skeletor. Man at Arms is another one that I'm kind of like, okay, I don't want to talk bad about. What?
No, I'm nodding. Go ahead. I know. I just remembered who's going to play Man at Arms. Go ahead.
Idris Elba as Man at Arms.
I'm not against it.
I'm not for it, but I'm not against it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a role Idris Elba can't do. So I'm not really mad at it. Do I care that they swapped his race? Not really. I don't care. He's from Eternia. Who cares? Like, they're not human. You know what I mean?
And then Camila Mendes. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
She's supposed to be playing Teela. So she's from Rivendell. Because we all know that Teela is supposed to be Man at Arms' daughter.
Yes.
So are they going to be playing this as Teela is now just a chick that's
random kid?
I don't know. But I don't know, man. I'm definitely not behind this at all.
I was excited about it. I was happy they were doing it because I thought, graphics have come such a long way. The writers are doing good things right now. But hearing the changes that they're making to the plot, I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't do that. Like, He-Man is I don't know. It reminds me of a Nordic Viking just ruling around and swinging that big ass sword. He's Conan, dude. He's Conan.
He really is.
With a magic sword.
If anybody, well, even now with the new toys that came out, if anybody remembers that they came with little comic books with each figure, and his story shows that he was a barbarian that was just like chilling and then one day the sorceress came and talked to him and gave him magical weapons, which his chest plate was one, the sword of power, but he also had an axe and he had a shield, and all these things were given to him. And he went off to go fight Skeletor. But you're right. You picture him being freaking Conan.
Yeah, he goes from Chris Evans before he becomes Captain America to Conan, and then he destroys crap, and then he goes back and hides as Prince Adam in his lavender leotards. Like that's just the way it works.
His freaking lavender tantans.
His fuzzy tantarans, dude.
And the way he would talk, he goes from, I have to. Hey guys, how's it going?
Well, I mean, you think back to the intro of the cartoon, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm Prince Adam, and I hail from Eternia. Like, what? What is this?
And it's a nasally voice. I'm Prince Adam, and I hail from Eternia.
You know which voice I really liked? The Revelations version of him on Netflix. They did really good.
I gotta still watch that. I couldn't. Was it good, or was it just?
No, it was good. Obviously there's a lot of the new elements of stuff in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the woke inserted itself into the He-Man, but it's very minor. It's like it's there, but it's like, okay, we'll put it in, and they just did it real quick, but it doesn't become a huge story point for most of the story. So once I kind of got over the initial like, oh god, I can't believe they did that, and then I was like, oh, it was just for that 1 second. Oh, whatever, who cares? And then, but Hamill's Skeletor he's entertaining, dude. Entertaining.
Well, again, Hamill, aside from everything else, he's really good when it comes to voice acting. Yeah, every voice that he's done it's memorable.
And he doesn't he's done a lot of characters. He's done a lot. I think he's in like past 100 characters already. But he only has like 2 or 3 voices that he uses.
You can spot it out real quick.
Yeah, as soon as I hear his voice, I'm like, oh, that's freaking Hamill. You know what I mean? Like when I watched Avatar for the first time and Ozai came on screen, and he spits out his little like line to Zuko the first time, I was like, oh. They got Hamill to do Ozai. That's freaking awesome. You know what I mean? So,
let's see. More recently he did voice for The Wild Robot, which I heard was actually really good.
I heard it's a good movie too.
Yeah, he plays Thorn.
He's also in Howl's Moving Castle. In the dub, he's the guy that wears glasses, like.
Oh, really? I didn't even...
Yeah.
The boy and the Huron. He has a voice in that. Master of the Universe. Wizards. Like, he's done a lot of shows. Scooby-Doo. But you do, like, when you hear it, you're like, yeah, that's Hamill. You know right away. But all right. Anyways, let's get back on track. This, yay or nay?
I'm gonna be like Commodus. I'm gonna be stuck like this until I watch it, and then more than likely it's gonna be.
I'm gonna just start off with. I want them to.
And then hope that they bring you in.
Yeah, if they could reel me at least up to here, cool. But right now it's gonna be like this because.
I'm going to treat this movie the way I treat the Army. I'm going to prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
That's a good way to look at it. I'm just going to start off with saying, nah.
Yeah. I definitely will not be buying a ticket to it. I will wait till it goes on streaming.
Yep. Definitely. So. All right, moving on to the next one, which is another movie adaptation of something. Helldivers film adaptation has been announced.
So this one I'm kind of like on the fence about. The game is very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Very good game. As a matter of fact, Phillips plays the shit out of this game.
Yeah.
My problem with telling this story from a moviegoer standpoint is that the Helldivers themselves are literally
Space Marines.
Don't matter. They don't matter. Like,
oh really?
You drop into the fight, you die. They just send you down as another Helldiver in the next one. Like, you'll start the match out as a dude. All right, Helldivers, move on. Blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, oh, shit, I died. and then they drop you in, and you're like, all right, hell divers, let's do this. And you're like, I'm a chick? What the hell? And then she dies, and then you're another dude or another chick, and you're like, whoa, what is going on? And Ricky said it best, like, yeah, it should have just been a Starship Troopers remake, because in actuality, the developer said that they based the story of Helldivers kind of loosely around Starship Troopers. So,
and that's what we're seeing, like in this particular article. That's what it mentions. It mentions that it's heavily inspired by Paul Veronen's
I don't remember how to say
1997. I'm butchering his name like I always butcher names.
Verhoeven's
1997 sci-fi classic Starship Troopers. They're basing it off of the movie. So just in case you guys are out there that have actually read the book, they're basing it off the movie. The movie was, again, another thing that was separate from the book, because if you read the book's freaking dark. And it's actually really good, though.
Yeah.
I really like the book.
I checked this book out when I was in like 5th grade. Probably shouldn't have been checking it out, but I read it and I was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, it's dark, but it's good. It's a really good book. And then the movie was a lot of fun. They knew what they were making. They were making it campy. It was supposed to be it gave us a feel of the World War II propaganda, but mixing it with more modern internet style stuff. So it still holds up to this day because it's the internet.
It's propagandist. Like that propaganda thing is very it lends itself well to change with the times. You know what I mean? Where we saw it at the time, it was like, oh, they're making fun of Nazi Germany. That's freaking hilarious. Ha 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 ha. But now you watch it and you're like, dude, like now they're making fun of just propaganda in general, and like the brainwashing people are trying to do on like social media, and you know, like, or how the news has become just whatever they've been told to tell is what every news channel tells, and it just holds up. It continues. Yeah, Nazis in space, Ricky. That's what we're talking about. But everybody, and they chose a good looking cast of characters because you wanted to keep watching the movie. Like, dude, you had freaking
Casper Van.
Well, Casper Van Dien, but I was gonna say Neil Patrick Harris, fresh off of his role as Doogie Howser. Like, you know, he was probably the bigger name of the younger cast that joined that movie.
No, I think it was Denise Richards was the big pull for that one.
Yeah, but I think this was only like her first or second movie where he had did Doogie Howser for what, 5 seasons?
You're right. No, you're right. This was his first. This was his first film away from Doogie Howser to try to get him kind of to wipe the slate clean to be able to get him to.
But it was that it was that like we're gonna pull the people who like NPH from Doogie Howser into this movie, and that's a huge fan base. That show was big.
Yeah, it was, and
it was The Good Doctor before The Good Doctor.
And as Ricky said, click here to learn more.
Yeah. Would you like to know more?
Would you like to? Have you ever wanted to look into? And then that dude's eye was opened up right here. It was a great movie, and you're right. It still holds up to this day. Yes, cheesy, but it everything still rings true.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me that they're going to make this game into a live action, which you're saying it's pretty much Starship Troopers.
Yeah. After this, if you haven't done it, if you haven't played the game, you don't play video games, whatever, stay on YouTube, wait for Ugly Faces to disappear, and then type in Helldivers intro video and watch that intro video and tell me it's just not Starship Troopers. But we couldn't get the rights to it, so we're calling this Helldivers. You know what I mean?
And then not too long after Helldivers 2 came out, Starship Troopers game came out, and I hear that it's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I heard that freaking Lieutenant or Captain Rico joins the fights and actually plays with people. Yeah, Casper Van Dien literally drops in, and his name is like Rico whatever, and he literally will jump in matches with people and just play, and they're like, yo, you sound a lot like... It's like, oh, that's crazy, I've never heard about that. And then he just keeps playing. But yeah, he will literally jump into a match, and then after a while, he'll be like, yeah, it's me. I'm literally just playing with you guys. Like,
I like Ricky here has said that the actual lesson that you get out of Starship Troopers is the movie teaches you everything about picking the right woman. It is not about the propaganda. It is about picking the right woman, guys. Don't always go for that little button-up nose because it could be the wrong woman.
I don't know, man. I think that it taught me that the mobile infantry made me the man I am today. That fool has no hand, no legs.
Oh, gee, it's like, damn, dude. All right.
Are you trying to sell me on this or turn me away?
But as of right now, there are no other like actual updates other than that it's being brought out. And it's that's it. That it's going to be made into a movie.
Yeah, I mean it'll be an interesting movie, but like I said, one of the main things about the movie or about the game is like you're not the same character. You are just an indispensable helldiver that's being dropped into a conflict. Your job is to finish the mission and get back. And then if you die, guess what? We're dropping another helldiver, and that's who you are now. So
the description right here says that, okay, so it delivers a satirical take on war, patriotism, and the spread of democracy, but with even more chaotic cooperative gaming. They're comparing the Starship Troopers to Helldivers.
Yeah, I mean, but it's literally the opposite. Like, I don't know. If you guys want to check it out, I'm dropping a link to the video in the chat. Check that out.
No storyline would be dope like that Netflix zombie show that goes everywhere and no lead. Which one, Ricky? Which Netflix zombie show?
Drop the name.
Yeah, can't just say that Netflix. I try to stay away from Netflix because I don't really like a lot of the shows that are on there, unless it's Gilmore Girls. But so stay tuned for more details as they drop. And it'll either drop as a girl or as a guy, but we'll find out from Helldivers.
Oh my god, dude! I was trying to cheat my way into the answer of what he was talking about, and there's like 9 different shows. There's All of Us Are Dead, Reality Z, La Revolution, Kingdom, Black Summer, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, Zombieverse, and Kingdom Ashen of the North. So I have no clue which one it is.
I don't know either. I don't really watch any of those zombie shows that are on Netflix.
I think it might be Black Summer.
Black Summer, that was I think it's like, I don't want to say it's Swedish. It's not Swedish, but Danish, I think that was.
It's an international show.
It's an international show, but it's somewhere over there in Europe. And I can't remember where it took place at.
Across the pond.
Yep. Actually, we had a couple of Brits come in today. And they said, cheers. I was like, all right, dude, cool.
Or were any of them David Chung? Because we haven't seen that guy in a while.
I know. We got to get a hold of him again, man. It's been a long time. And I haven't seen too much popping up about him.
Yeah, same. I haven't seen him on the IG.
Yeah. He was big time on it, but now it's kind of died out. But anyways, you take the lead on this one because this is a game that you have played.
So this one, actually, me and my kids were playing together today. Usually I just play alone, but me and my 2 older ones jumped on. Marvel Rivals is revealing the Season 1 Battle Pass skins, and then they're confirming nerfs and buffs. Marvel Rivals has been a whirlwind for gaming. I mean, we mentioned it when it came out, and I kind of compared it to Overwatch, and it really is just what some people consider an Overwatch clone, but it's so much more fun because you know who these characters are, you know what they're capable of, and I just jump in, and I don't care about the kills, I don't care about winning the matches. I just want to play the best Thor that I can play. I want to try to emulate being Thor on the battlefield. I want to be Wolverine, and I want to jump in a match and destroy someone before they have a chance to kill me, and then disappear, run around, and come back and do it again. So it's been really cool, and I think I've already logged like 106 hours in this game. I don't know,
Jeez,
something crazy. But there are a lot of things that they feel very unbalanced in the game. Like Wolverine doesn't do a lot of damage. He's a tank buster, but if you get caught fighting a healer, that healer will freaking just take you down because they're not tanks. You know what I mean? So his damage feels a little off. Some of the characters feel too strong. Some characters feel too, too weak compared to what they're supposed to be in the comic books or whatever. So this new battle pass is coming out on January 10th. They're dropping a whole slew of new characters, new skins. I was going to say Hanzo, but that's from Overwatch. Hawkeye is literally like a one-shot character. Like you could be sitting all the way on the other side of the map and he will one-shot you with his freaking bow.
Jeez.
Like I was literally playing today with my kids and I stood in one spot and dropped 21 kills and I never moved. You know what I mean? So he's gonna get balanced. He's gonna get nerfed a little bit. Hela, she's kind of the same thing. She can just stand there and just one shot you all day, just headshot after headshot after headshot. So those are happening. But the season 0 dropped December 5th. And it's been a short couple weeks of a season, just so you could, like, anybody who didn't get into the beta could collect some stuff and get things that were released during the beta. And then new season 1's dropping January 10th. And if you're not caught up with comic books right now the Marvel verse is literally in a like vampirical state. Dracula has shown up. He's taken over the world. A lot of our heroes have been turned to vampires, and some people are fighting against them, like Moon Knight and Blade are up against Dracula in one of the comic books. So that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at the vampire versus the first thing that's coming to Marvel Rivals. So you're going to see Wolverine with his like Helsing style skin. Moon Knight has this crazy freaking all black skin, which is weird because he's normally white.
Yeah.
And then that Loki skin looks pretty cool. But there's a lot of skins. And then with this drop, we're also getting the Fantastic Fours coming to the game. So we're going to get Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, Thing, Human Torch. And yeah, if you haven't played the game, it's really fun. But yeah.
What sucks is, so it's only on PlayStation 5, Xbox, Steam, or PC. So I'm never going to be able to play it unless I drop $600 to get a PlayStation or a freaking Xbox.
You can. I'm not too sure if your MacBook will run it, but if you can download Steam, it's a free game. You just download the free Steam app and then see if it'll download onto your Mac, and you might be able to play it that way.
I'll take a look and see.
Well, you have a PC at home, right?
No, I have Mac now. I'm strictly Mac.
I thought you had a PC at home.
Nah, I got rid of that.
Okay.
Black Summer is a zombie show that is no lead.
I knew it. See?
Oh, okay. I was wrong, but I thought that one had something to it, but I didn't even watch the whole thing because I kind of got bored of it.
Thanks,
But
better late than never.
There's a lot of things going on with this game. I really want to try it out, so maybe I'll try to see if I can download Steam onto my Mac.
Let me answer this question for you right now.
But and you're right. Right now they're going through that whole vampire stage, which started out with back on Free Comic Book Day this last year was when they came out with Bloodlines, and that's the whole start of the whole vampire saga going on, or vampire arc going on right now.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, in the comics, they just, I mean, it's not a spoiler. It's everywhere right now, but Miles became a vampire. He got turned into a vamp. And then Black Panther pulled him in. I just learned this from my kids, by the way. Black Panther pulled him in, told him he's going to help him like control his bloodlust or whatever. And he created him a vibranium infused new suit. And it's actually pretty cool looking.
And I've kind of been shying away from all the Marvel stuff anyways. I don't like a lot of storylines that have been coming out. I just kind of stayed away from.
I mean, it's hard, right? For me and you, it's hard to keep up with comics because we're not there to pick them up all the time. And then by the time you read them, you're a month behind. You're 6 weeks behind, you know? But this whole verse of comics is, I didn't know what was going on, but now that I know, I'm like, bro, I love vampires. Like, I would love to jump into that. Like, that's the. I always tell you, I don't like horror, but I love vampire movies. So,
but you haven't seen Nosferatu?
no, not yet. Haven't got to it.
It's a really slow burn, like really slow burn.
Which is fine. I mean, I don't mind pacing if it's done right.
It's done okay, but it's a really slow burn, and yeah.
Ricky, give me these freaking vampire comics. Let me know. Start a pull list for me. I'll make Lazo pick it up.
Dude, it spans across a lot. It's one of those things, just like when they did the Age of Apocalypse, and Civil War. And, I tried to come up with that. Oh, forget it. I couldn't even do that.
What was it? The Battle Earth or Battle Realm, or when all the planets became Battle Worlds? Battle World, the Battle World series.
Yeah, that's another one that spanned across all. It's like, holy crap. I mean, even right now, the stack my stack of comic books that I picked up not too long ago from We Can Be Heroes was literally, it was this thick, and it was 2 months worth of comics. And I still haven't even gone through the other stack was this thick, which was 2 months worth of comics. I've got a short box that's now full of comics I still got to read. Because It's just, I buy them, and it's just so hard to find the time to actually sit down and read them. So yeah, you're right. And that's what sucks. I really like comics.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to definitely look into this. We'll see if I can get my hands on it and play it.
Bro, go on Discord or go to X and follow this place called Regiment Gaming. They're a military. They're like military friendly, military related gaming community. They're giving away a freaking Xbox Series X.
Shut up! All right, I got to go on to that.
Yeah,
Ricky said, welcome to the club.
But yeah, I went on there and I put my name in for it too. Because I was like, yeah, who doesn't want a free Xbox Series X? Not that I need one. The kids have one here, but
yeah, but it's nice to have an extra one. You can bring it here. So, all right, final story we've got is Holes reboot ordered at Disney Plus with a twist on the movie and novel. I don't like twists, and I don't like twists to an original novel, because this novel was actually a great book.
And the movie was well done.
It was.
It's one of those few book adaptations that wasn't changed so much that you hated it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was changed, but it wasn't changed to that point. And now this TV series they've said it's officially in the works. It's a TV series reboot for this show. And this project marks a reimagining of this. It's like,
dude, Ricky said, "You're fucking up more of my childhood. Thank you, Disney. You fucks." So the big twist, Ricky, they are changing every character to the opposite gender. So they literally, Caveman's gonna be Cave Woman, Zero's gonna be non-binary. I don't know. Like, it's.
Are you zero? No, I'm 10001.
He's gonna be one. Yeah, they're flipping him, so he's gonna be one.
He's one.
Yeah, he said woke kids digging holes.
So that means they won't be digging holes; they'll be complaining about it.
They'll be using their drone to dig holes.
Oh God! So
I didn't. You know, what's funny is after I read the tagline, I was like, I'm not reading this. I don't care enough. Like, I already developed my opinion just from the tagline.
Yeah, and I read through it, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to watch this. Look, so we don't sound like we're sexist or any whatever you guys might think, but Ricky's right with what he said, and I'm going to say Ricky said it, so it wasn't us, but we agree with it.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that, and I'm not saying they're going to mess it up. Like, maybe it'll be good. It'll be okay. But we got so many good things from this movie, like Shia LaBeouf's first movie after being on Even Stevens.
Yep.
We had Sigourney Weaver. We had John Voight was in the movie. One of Eartha Kitt's last movies that she did. We also had Henry Winkler in it in one of his later roles. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of good performances that came from this movie that you're not going to get again. You know, I'm not saying actors don't act no more, but like, dude, Eartha Kitt, like,
yeah, no,
so
you're right, and it's just like, come on, guys, look, the book was good. If you want to do a TV series, take the book, leave it as it is, and break it into chapters, and those are your episodes.
Or find something that was done bad and redo that. Like, don't take things that are good. I don't mind the recycled stuff, but stop taking the good stuff and remaking it. You kind of taint the legacy that was there.
Yeah, because it's already saying that it's a reimagined version. A teenage girl is sent to a detention center.
Go ahead and fuck over heavyweights too while you're at it.
No, dude, I just, it's so funny that he mentions that. I just watched that yesterday. I sat down, I clicked on them all. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. It's a great movie. Freaking
Boost the power.
Stiller.
Oh, dude. I freaking love that movie, dude.
Dude, Ben Stiller is amazing in that movie.
The freaking Swedish dude that's like his right-hand man. Like, that guy makes me laugh.
when the deer was just coming up to him, he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that was a great movie. That was Ricky, thank you. Yes. Heavyweights was great. And that's the thing is, like, so many great movies came out right before Holes that are kind of these like kid movies that are kid led and everything, and they were all good.
Yeah.
But you won't get another Heavyweights. Why? Because they'll be saying it's fat shaming. It wasn't fat shaming.
It's
the fat kids ran.
But that was body positivity, bro. You had Goldberg from freaking Mighty Ducks. You had Keenan Ivory Wayans, and then a slew of other kids who obviously were heavyweight, but the movie wasn't making fun of them until Ben Stiller's character shows up because he's trying to get them in shape. But like, the kids were proud of who they were. It wasn't like, I don't know. And then like the saddest part of the movie is like, why'd you guys get rid of the go-karts? Well, because you guys are too heavy for them. Like, and you're like, oh, that hurts. You know what I mean? But and then you find out that the people who owned the camp before them were they loved the kids just because they were chubby. Like, and it's Ben Stiller's character that becomes the problem.
Exactly.
They want Husky back then. Hey, I've owned a pair of 18 Huskies, all right?
Hey, yeah. Seriously. Oh yeah. Buddy system. Buddy!
Yeah.
Oh, that was
I still remember when he breaks the glass on the floor and then he starts walking on it.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
That was a great movie. Yeah. It was a great movie.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if they took old stuff that wasn't great and remade it, cool. Like Daredevil, right? Ben Affleck didn't do a bad job, but the writing was horrible in that movie. And then they came out with the Netflix show, and it was amazing. Cool. Do things like that. But Holes was good. And that's saying something, because a lot of those Disney movies that went straight to like the Disney Channel were garbage.
Yeah. They were.
Rip the Blob. The big thing on the lake where the kids jumped on it. Remember, it got flattened.
That was the Blob. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
All of it was a great movie. You had also like, give me a live action Treasure Planet. Oh, right. Ooh, that would be good.
Or just give me another Treasure Planet, dude.
But like straight, like the one that they made that had that one song by the Goo Goo Dolls. That was actually a good cartoon.
Dude, Treasure Planet was amazing.
It was. I loved it. I'm sad that nothing came more of it, but it was a great movie.
The cool thing about Treasure Planet would be if they took the Aeronauts Windlass, the Jim Butcher book, and gave us that style of show.
That would be awesome.
Like take Treasure Planet as a concept and just make that show as well.
I'm halfway through the second
same
book.
way. I haven't even finished the first book, dude.
Oh, dude, the first book's amazing. I'm halfway through the second book. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't had a lot of time to sit down and read, but
well, you might have a lot of time soon.
Yep.
So,
Treasure Planet redone like Arcane. That might be good.
That might be good. That might be, yeah.
But yeah, Treasure Planet, dude. I'm so sad that they never continued with that because they were supposed to make more to that series.
Yeah, there was supposed to be more. They even were supposed to have like a whole toy line, and they never launched it off because it didn't do so well. But it was a great movie. I thought it was great as a kid.
Dude, the mix of the 2D, the hand cell shading, and the 3D animation elements, like it was freaking cool.
It was great.
And the voice acting was amazing. You had Fraser's brother. Come on, bro.
Dude, it was all around a great movie. Disney, you were great.
You were great.
Yeah.
You were great. I'll leave it at that.
You were great.
And fuck it, give me a Indiana Jones animated show and let Troy Baker be freaking Harrison Ford. Apparently, he did a great job in the game.
Well, yeah, Harrison Ford came out and said this guy is.
Yeah, he was like, he can have the job.
That was a great way to pass the torch. But all right, guys, that is it for. Again, I have to go through and for
dude, Young Indy on Fox. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh, dude, I love that show.
Who was Young Indy? Was that River Phoenix? No,
it wasn't River Phoenix. It was It was. Oh my God, he was from Boondock Saints. Patrick. You're looking
Flaherty?
Right, yeah.
Was it Patrick Flaherty? Yeah. The other brother?
Mm-hmm. It was Patrick Flaherty.
I didn't even know
that. Young Indy.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And it was great. Huh?
No. So Corey Carrier was 10-year-old Indy, and Sean Patrick Flaherty was young adult Indy.
But we saw more of Sean Patrick Flaherty than we did of the other Indy. So I really like that show because you see him as a kid and everything that his family went through. And then you also know why his parents split up. And then you see Indy later on as he's with freaking Pancho Villa.
George Hall was 90-year-old Indy in that movie, in that show.
Oh, I did not know that. I remember that. And you know what's crazy is, so you see this older Indy, but they don't say when he's like telling the story on Subway to this kid. So it gives you the thought that, okay, well, did Indy stay alive a lot longer? Because remember in The Last Crusade, he drank from the cup before he poured it onto his dad. So did that give him a longer life? And that's why we got him in Young Indiana Jones.
Maybe. Maybe.
Let's just, think about that, guys. I'm putting it out there.
I'm still of the idea that Indiana Jones is just Harrison Ford fever dream while he's in Carbonite.
Han Solo's fever dream, huh?
Yeah, he's stuck in Carbonite and his mind's going a mile a minute because he's stuck, still alive, and he's living his life as Indiana Jones in his head.
I'll take a Johnny Quest live action to epic cartoon. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
They actually just came out with a new run of Johnny Quest cartoon, or not cartoons, but comic books.
Really?
That are actually really good.
I haven't been keeping up with it.
Huh?
I haven't been keeping up with like Johnny Quest and stuff like that. Yeah, like a lot of the stuff that came out, like Space Ghost, all that stuff. Like I've kind of let once Cartoon Network stopped with it, I didn't.
And the Space Ghost run of comics, the new one, is actually pretty good too. The only reason why I know like a lot of these runs and these new comics that come out is because I watch We Can Be Heroes when they do their what do you call it? Their
where they're doing the comic books, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I find out about these. And I'm like, I'm on there and I'm telling them, hey, put this aside for me and add this to my list. Put this aside. So that's why I've got so many comics now that are just.
Ricky was saying that a lot of the new stuff has a lot of good covers on them too.
Yeah, it does. The Johnny Quest has some really good art to their stuffs too. So
Nice.
definitely a great book. Ing Huckley is doing his thing, and he's doing some great stuff. So, but all right, guys, we have gone an hour and a half for our first episode. It is great to be back, and it does take a little while for us to get back on that track where we're just pow, pow, pow. You know how we can fire on all 6 cylinders. Right now, we're firing on 4.
I don't know. We're like a Geo Metro. We're on 3 cylinders, 3 speeds.
Oh my god. Dude, I got a story about a Geo Metro. I used to work at a Chevy dealership, and this Geo Metro pulled into the dealership, and the car looked like it was doing this. And we thought, and I'm standing there with one of the service riders.
It was a big dude.
It was a big lady. She got out, and the car went, whoop, and we're like, well, I guess not. It's not because of suspension.
Not here because of suspension. Dude, speaking of Geos, my uncle was a car dealer. So he did mechanic work, and he went to the auctions, bought cars, fixed them, sold them. He always had freaking Geos, dude. Metros and the Storm. I don't know if you've ever seen a Geo Storm. Well, when we were driving age, my cousin, we're 6 months apart, he got the Geo Storm, and he loved it because he was like, oh, it looks like an Acura. Yeah, until you put it next to an Acura, because then it doesn't look like an Acura. And I remember one time he spun out on the freeway because he was driving like a retard, like it was an Acura, and he hit the front of his car on the divider, the wall.
Jeez.
All that happened was the nose went, right? And he comes driving back, and I happened to be at his dad's shop when he showed up. And I was like, bro, I thought you were driving a hatch back, not a hatch front. What the fuck did you do to this thing? And he's like, I hate you. And he never did the Geo again after that. He told his dad, take the plate off. I just want to drive another car.
Hey, oh yeah. Daewoo Gang.
Bro, Daewoo.
Those are horrible cars too.
Yep. And a lot of people don't know, but the Datsuns were just Nissans.
Dude, I had a 280Z, and it was the last year that it was called Datsun before I moved to Nissan.
Yep.
I loved that little car. It was stick shift.
Do you know how much that thing goes for right now? The Daewoo 280Zs, like those things are freaking sought after.
Yeah.
I mean the Datsun 280Z.
Datsun 280Z. Yeah, no, it's nuts because I had that car for, I think I kept it for like four years. I had to run it. I kept it running and everything. I love that little car because I just flying everywhere I went. It was great. But anyways, all right. Enough of us talking about going down nostalgia lane and talking more about stuff that we're whatever.
Yeah, old stuff.
Old stuff.
If you guys have been here all night and you guys have been following the chat, do me a favor. I put a bunch of links in the chat. There's stuff that we talked about tonight. There's our link tree is in there. Go back there, find all the people we've talked about. You can find the discount codes and all the affiliate links in there. But also, the most important one to me is Darren and Veronica's Project Wish Upon a Star link. If you can follow it and you feel like donating, there's a link for that. Or if you just want to see where they're at and see what they're up to, follow their Instagram and pop in on an event where they're at. They would love to have people come by and just show interest in what they're doing because, I mean, that's kind of what we did. We crashed one of their events. We showed interest, and then we just became friends with them. Like Darren texts us and asks us, "Hey, what are you guys doing? You guys in Fresno? You want to come help me out with something?" And I mean, unfortunately, he's texted us on days that we're working, but we would, anytime we're not working, we would love to go help him out. So please look up their link, go visit them, see what they're up to. Join us. We're going to be back. It's a little hard for us right now because one of us is on nights, one of us is on days. So you will see us sometime between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're going to try to do as many Wednesdays as possible at 7:30-ish. It's what we do. But join us. Have a happy new year. I hope your holidays were good. I hope this new year brings everybody everything you want and need. And then join us every week here.
Before you say that final, you're moving right into that. We will be at Comics and Cocktails the 20th. That's what I was looking for, is the date, the exact date for it, which is oh my gosh, there it is.
You ruined my flow.
I know. I'm sorry.
If I was the emperor, I'd be like, you threw off my groove. Excuse me, sir. You threw off the emperor's groove.
The 25th. So it'll be the 25th, Comics and Cocktails, which is going to be out of Chatsworth. Check out We Can Be Heroes, their Instagram or their website. It'll have the time and the exact location. We've been posting it up on our Instagram also, but we will be there to interview a bunch of people that are going to be there. It's going to be, the theme is TurtleCon, and it's a lot of people that worked on the Last Ronin comic and Last Ronin 2, and also some of the older projects from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We will be there interviewing. We will be there to say hello to everybody that wants to come by and say hello. If you do come up and say hello, seriously, do come up to us, say hello to us. We've got stickers that we'll be passing out, and maybe even trivia to give out some shirts. So we'll be having those with us.
Ernie Reyes Jr. is he going to be there?
He's going to definitely be there.
Yeah.
He is going to be there. So, yeah, that's the latest thing that's coming up for us, at least for this month.
We've not latest. It's the first thing of this year. Many more things to come. Many
more things, because we are already told that if you guys came out to the Chatsworth block party, it will be happening again this year. Hopefully it won't be a freaking hurricane like it was last year, but we will be there again this year. We've already been told we've got a table. We're going to be able to show up and hang out with Julio and the rest of the gang. So go ahead, finish this off.
So anyways, back to where I left off before I was rudely interrupted. But check us out at the Comics and Cocktails. It's an all-day event. It starts in the afternoon.
Oh, no, it's not an all-day event.
It's a couple-hour event though.
I can tell you exactly. Dude, why is it that whenever we're getting ready to end the show, that's when we start getting more viewers?
Because you didn't give me comments. If you would have put in the comments, I would have read right through it. I would have added it into my spiel.
Oh,
you know what? The Distance Nerdy was live today. Maybe they joined us in.
Oh yeah, that's right. They probably did. I believe it starts at 1:00.
Yeah, but come check us out. It's going to be an afternoon event. Get yourself some lunch while you're out there, or come eat before you come. Whatever.
There's going
to be a lot of cool stuff. They're going to have drinks out there. That'll be the first thing we do this year. Keep an eye out, because we're going to try to use them again for another thing we're working on, as well as
more guests.
We're going to do a guest. We want to do a live show from a venue, and I think we're eyeing them at the moment. So just like I said, follow us on all the links at the bottom. Join us next week when we do this again and the saga continues.